Hey y'all, how you doing? I hope everyone's doing great. Um, Not doing too bad. A little tired. Long day. Boring. Yada yada. Um, as y'all know, I got this log roller, right? But it's missing I forget the name of it. Little stand for it. It helps when you go grab the log, you can turn it over and prop the log up so it's higher so you don't dig your bar into the ground, right? Now, I've already planned on doing this last night, or since last night, since I showed you. I wanted to make that piece since I have a bunch of stock laying around, right? I just cut the bar out. This is just mild, just regular mild steel you buy from anywhere. Pretty much. Home Depot, they have a big line of this stuff, but this is 3/4 inch, or sorry, 3/16 inch thick steel, and all I had was a 2-inch piece of flat bar that I just picked up at Home Depot, I believe. I said 3/16, didn't I? I meant 3/8. It's thick, real thick. Yeah, real thick stuff. This I had laying around, so I figured I'll put it to use. I bought this actually for modifying the footboards on my motorcycle, which worked out perfectly. So I had a bunch of this left over because you only can buy it in this. I bought it real quick, I didn't need anything special, so I bought it real quick at the Home Depot here. So I figured I'll put it to use. Why not? Go out and buy stuff when you already have it here? And all I did was had to do is cut it in half because I needed a 1-inch by 9-inch, I think, or 10-inch, something like that. I said, okay. So I cut it down. I already previously cut it down because it's real loud. And I just used my little DeWalt cut-off grinder, cut-off wheel and grinder, whatever you want to call it. So I already previously did that. It's really loud. I didn't feel like getting all my other special little tools out and dealing with it, so I just figured throw a brand new cutoff wheel on it and go at it, and it didn't take me very long at all. I also had some round stock here, some tubing. I'll bring you down and show you. Let's go this way. Alright, so I already have this round tubing here because I've done the exhaust on my motorcycle, my older motorcycle, and all I did was cut a hole. Yes, I used my big grinder there, or my cutoff wheel there. I didn't feel like getting the little stuff out, I didn't. Figure out, well, I'm already there welding. I'll just weld up where I cut. No big deal. So all I did was make the opening just large enough where I could get my stock steel here into the hole. See, stands up. Now I can weld all that together. All I have to do is drill a hole, which I'll do before I weld all this. And I'm going to stick this on my belt sander on the table over there, and get it all squared up, cleaned up, looking, somewhat nice, and then put a hole in it and we'll weld it up. So with that said, No, this is just like last minute type thing. Hey, I got all this. I know I have all this stuff here. Why not use it, you know? So over here, let's see if I can get you all turned on here. I have my little belt sander here. This Delta belt sander here. I actually got this at an auction for $7, believe it or not. It's missing a little cap, so our little piece up here so when you're grinding it doesn't come up over the top. I have a bunch of these little belts, different grits and all that. I even have some leather ones, which is going to be real nice for knife sharpening and my axe. Now I can get over here with my axe and really fine tune that edge and really hone it down. So I'm just gonna, this little guy's loud, so I won't record it. I'll record a little bit. I'll just show you that it's really loud. See, that thing is loud. And I got the heaviest grit on here. I don't remember what grit it is, but you can see it's already taking quite a bit off. So that's good. It won't take very long. I'll probably go through and round these edges off real quick. Go through here and kind of clean it up a little bit. I'll get that part squared because that's a heck of an angle I got going on there. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to change out the bit on my drill press here for the right hole size I have on the log roller, and bring you back. How's that sound? Yes, I know I got a mess over here. Been doing did a little bit of woodworking, and then everything kind of got cluttered around, and then I went over to metalworking, and then and then all these saws, and you know I'm sure you all know the drill. All right, so I will be back. Okay, we're back. Excuse me, my voice there. All right, so got it all cleaned up, all shined up, ground down. I went ahead and there you go, you guys see it right there in the top. I already went ahead, put this into the log roller and center punched the middle. So now all we gotta do is chuck it up and drill the hole. So we'll get this thing chucked up. Make sure it's flat. Alright. We're going to go ahead and line up our hole. And this might take a little bit since it's 3/8 thick. But I got a nice drill bit in there. It's a machine drill bit. So, alright, well, let's get this hole done, huh? Oops, sorry, went for a little ride there. Yeah, back off a little bit here. Got some cutting fluid here. Something this thick, it gets hot, so you want some cutting fluid. It might smoke a little. Whoops. It'll cut a little faster. Almost there. Alright. That's it. It's nice to have a good drill bit. A little bit of cutting fluid on there. So, there we go. Got ourselves a hole. Alright. So I'm going to take the drill bit out. And I'm going to grab... you know what? Never mind. Because I lost my bigger countersunk on there. I would countersink, like bevel the edge out just a little bit. And that helps with the pin going smooth in and out. Gives a nice smooth edge to it. Like I said, I've lost my big one. I have no idea what happened to it, but it's not in its normal spot. And there's no reason for it to be not to be in that spot. Yes, I know my garage is a mess. I plan on getting it cleaned up. So, let's bring it down a little bit here. And you can see at the end here, right here, this will go in and the pin will drop in. Look at that. Nice. Fits in there pretty decent. I left a little bit of room, but it won't affect it at all. It'll still do its job. So, with that said, now we can let's go over here. We could take that, set it in there like so. But before I do this, I'm going to take my little grinder and I'm going to get this all shiny. Okay, I want to take this coating that's on there off. Don't want that. It's not good for welding. It's hard to get a good contact. I only have a 110 welder, so it's going to take a pretty good amount of heat to penetrate through this 3/8 inch steel. So what I'm also going to do is that once I get this coating cleaned off so it's shiny like this, so we have a good contact when we're welding, I'm going to mark it where the tubing meets the bar. Okay, and then I'm going to put a little bevel in there into the bar. That way when I go to weld, I can get more of the weld into that bevel that I'm going to make and give it more bite, and it'll help with the heat transfer as well, so it'll penetrate better. That's a little tricks you learn when you're welding with just 110. 220 would penetrate this 3/8 without a problem, but I don't have a 220 welder, which is not a big deal. So I will get this all shined up. I'm actually going to go ahead and mark it so I know how far to shine up, how far to take that coating off. I'll leave it actually, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead take the coating off this whole bar and sandblast it. That way we definitely will have a good contact, and I'll powder coat it since the rest of it's powder coated. Alright, so I will be back in a jiff. Alright, we're back. So I got the piece in. It's fairly straight. Straight as I can get it. And actually, I'll show you first. See, I kind of notched it. There's not much there now. Now I can get the heat in there and penetrate with the weld into the 3/8 steel. That helps with when you're that's very necessary in any project you want to do welding. No matter 220, 110, it doesn't matter. Notching that ensures, especially for structural purposes, your strength of your weld, and make sure it penetrates and stays strong. So we're gonna slip this back in there. Yeah, I kind of did a little bit of a hack job on it. So yeah, it's not the prettiest notch, but it will do. It'll all get covered up when it's welded anyway. Well, now it wants to wobble. So, grab my helmet here, which is a little on the dusty side. So, got my welding helmet here. I'm going to be wearing some welding gloves. Normally with 110, I'm just doing like little stuff. I have welder's hands, so it's, you know, make sure you wear gloves. It's very important, because a lot of times I don't, because like I said, welder's hands, I grab hot stuff all the time and it doesn't burn and they're all calloused. But this, with the amount of heat that we're pouring into this, we want to wear some heat protection here. So, got my welder's gloves. I gotta have some better ones at work. These are just standard, regular old gloves that I had since high school. So we're gonna turn on our gas here. We're gonna set, knocking over stuff here. We're gonna set our gas gauge here. Here, I'll bring you over, show you. Oops, sorry. Oh, I got tingled. So I just have no, not a real expensive. This is more. I think they have these more in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. It's a Clark. It's a fan cooled, so we'll turn it on. You'll hear the fan. Well, maybe. It's got a deep roar to it. So we got our gas on, got our gauge set. Now I'll grab the ground. Have to have a ground when you're welding, and get that electric current flowing through. So I'm just gonna clip it right on here on the C-clamp. Actually, it's a painted C-clamp. It should go through. If not, I'll readjust. So I'm just gonna throw some tacks on here real quick. Just little BBs. While we got it straight. And I just jammed up my gun. Well, let me pause you real quick. I gotta unjam my gun here. My what you call it? Wire here. It's all jammed up. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. That didn't take too long. So I moved my clamp over here and went right to the piece that I'm working on. So like I said, only thing it did is tilted a little bit, but like I said, I'm just gonna add some tacks, ensure that it don't move. So we're fairly straight here. Alright, so now I'm going to go through and I'm going to do some welds. I'm going to do some, go the full length. So, and I'm probably end up going to go through it again and double stack it and make sure our heat stays on into the piece and into that 3/8 inch steel. Alright. Watch your eyes now. Spider web in there. Alright, so I had to stop and start again because of the tubing that I have here is much thinner, and it blew through. So when I say blow through, it burned a hole through. So I had to stop, weld that hole back up, and continue on. So I'm not going to talk too much because I want to keep this hot. Yeah, I got a spider in here. Darn things. That's the problem with having your helmet set at the bottom of your welding cart. Alright, so yeah, those little tacks here, that's just me taking that cut that I had a long ways, welding that up. Like I said I was going to. Alright, so I apologize, I'll move you over here. How's that? Not too bad. Looks like it's penetrating the 3/8 steel pretty decent. There we go, now we're getting her. And I jammed up my gun again. This welder tends to jam up pretty easily. I'm pretty sure it jammed up. Yes, sir, you did. That's alright. So I'm done. I was going to do that one little spot, but I'm not worried about it now. Alright, so that's done. That's all done. That thing's going to be pretty warm. Alright, so we got to shut off our gas. Turn the gauge all the way down. All wrapped up here. Alright. So, I'm going to bring you all in a little closer here. See, I went through and I did a decent pass, and then I went through and did one big wide one. That way we'll ensure that it's nice and hot and smooth. It's not uneven, it's nice and smooth. Like, it's just the color difference that you see when I finish welding to where it was already welded. So that's just the color difference that you're seeing. It's actually very smooth. I just go through and clean up where I made those cuts, where I tack weld those cuts, and I'll clean those up, get them smoothed out, rounded out up to the weld itself. So other than that, it's done. I'll put you back on the stand and I'll see if I can put it together, see how it works, and let's move this welder out of the way here. Get it back in its hole. Alright. Right now, get back over there by where I had it. Where are they? We got the motorcycle engine stand. There we go. Now we're back into place here. Alright, so let's get you back up on the stand here. And I will put it together without touching it. I can tell I got quite a bit of heat to it. Those brown marks, or the gray marks going up the rod, tells me that it got plenty of penetration with the weld and the heat and melted it all together. So it oops. Well, one way to see if it's strong, right? Alright, let's see here. You guys see this over here? Get that out of the way. Yep, look at there. That'll hold the log. Nice and strong. I went with the 3/8 stick bar because of the strength, and the hole, or the slot where that bar goes into, is about 3/8 wide. So I just went right ahead, and I already had the 3/8 stock here, so I already went with that. And that, folks, will do it. Oh yeah. So we'll let this cool down. I'll clean up where I did those little tack welds. See that gray area? Got all that heat all the way up that bar, and it's that all the way up that 3/8. That's excellent. So you can see here's a good weld where and didn't overlap or nothing like the other side, so it's just one solid weld all the way across. That's a good weld. So yeah, we'll just clean it up a little bit once it cools, and then sandblast it again and get it ready for some powder coat. And that way the powder coat will be nice and durable. I don't know if it's hot. Yeah, it's pretty hot all the way up. So yeah, we got plenty of heat to it. So just a quick little project for the night. Probably seemed quick to you. I didn't show any of the grinding and all that. Is that? Oh, jeez. Oh, I'm just running into everything. You guys are a little clumsy today. Keep running into stuff. So, anyway, that's all I had planned. Actually, I planned this last night. Because then once I saw I didn't have that, I was like, yeah, I got all that right sitting over there in my metal pile there. So, that'll do great. Yep. Probably won't use that all the time. Well, actually, no, I might use that quite a bit. You know, rolling those logs up so I don't have to, you know, get down and do some cutting and risk the bar going into the dirt, you know. So, I've been wanting one of those for a while, so finally got one, and voila, there we go. That's that. So I hope you all enjoyed that. That little project for the night. Like I said, we're going to let that cool down, clean it up, blast it, and get it powder coated and be ready to go. Which I got to switch over powders. I'll probably just go with the gloss black on that one like I did, like the rest of it is, so. Alrighty. Well, I hope you all enjoyed it. If you have any questions on welding, let me know. I am a certified welder. So, I'll do my best to answer any welding questions. Can't really teach it too much. It's kind of a hands-on thing. It's just kind of one of those things that I could show you, but kind of have to do it for yourself and find your own technique and your own way of doing things. There's different ways of welding, like pushing the puddle or pulling it, or yeah, there's all kinds of different stuff to do, and little tricks like that, notching out your thicker piece of metal or any type of metal you got to notch out if you want a structural piece. So yeah, there's a lot to it, a little more than everyone thinks, than just hooking up a ground and squeezing the trigger. It's a little more than that, and there's different movement patterns with, at least for a MIG, well, and TIG too. But for MIGs like that one, I did a weave pattern, so that means I went, when I got the bar here, when I was going across, I didn't go straight across. You know, I always have some type of movement when I'm going straight across or any type of weld. Smaller stuff I would have done circles or half moons. Or this one here, I did a weave pattern. I went up and down, nice and smooth, even, consistent movement, and that'll lay out your puddle out real nice. And then once your weld hardens up, once you get past that puddle, that molted metal, it hardens up and nice and smooth and even. So, any questions, feel free to ask, and try my best to help you out. So, yeah, little tricks like that, you know, the thicker steel with the thinner steel, and if you want to go thicker steel that more than that the welder is capable of, well, that's one of the tricks there. is that notch out. So anyway, I hope you all had a good night or have a good day by the time you see this. I will try to get something else different going on too. Not sure what else I can do. I know I'm gonna probably end up showing you the little weld or the powder coat there, because that don't take very long. And yeah, we'll figure out something. This is getting into the weekend. Tomorrow's Friday, but I've got a very, very busy weekend ahead of me. I gotta fix my cousin's car, and I have to go out to a customer's location and service a couple four-wheelers. I have one that I've got to disassemble or take off the carb, bring it back here, clean it up, and do a carb build, which I have the carb kit I just got today, so probably doing that this weekend. And then I got to straighten out a sprocket. They bent a sprocket, and I got to move the axle back so it'll tighten up the chain on another four-wheeler. So yeah, I got a little bit of a busy weekend. I think I'm gonna have time to record any. If I do, it would be pretty late at night, and I don't know if I want to go about that route yet. So anyway, that's the gist of it. I'm still working on getting this separated. I haven't worked too much on it. I've been spraying it down with some Freol, some lubricant, and see if I can pop this off. And after this, I'm probably going to have to replace the bearing seals. Probably wouldn't hurt to do anyway. So yeah, I'm going to replace the bearing seals once I find them. Actually, I know who to contact. I'll contact him. So yeah. So you just gotta get this cover off. I've read that it's pretty common that these things get stuck over time. So it should just pop right off. It's a little snug, but it should still pop right off. So it's no big deal. We'll get it. So, alright, I hope you all have a good rest of the day, yeah, or night, whatever time it is in your part of the world. So, everybody, please be kind, be good, be safe, and spread the love. I'll see you all on the next video.